Hi, I'm Sarah White, former Division I golfer and now Symetra Tour winner. I was introduced to Mach 3 going into my senior year of college, and since then I've trained exclusively with the Collegiate Kit. Mike Romatowski is going to be showing you more about this kit.
Hi, I'm Mike Romatowski, the creator of Mach 3 speed training. What I want to show you today is our Collegiate Kit. So this is what college teams use and what high school teams use. Now, it's comprised of 11 tools, but it's important to know this is fully customizable. We can make substitutions and we can tweak it to fit the exact needs of your team and your program. But let's take a look at the basic kit. Now, basically, a collegiate kit is a combination of what we call our progression kit and our essential kit. So the first 6 tools here, these first 4 are called speed bombers. They're all variations. And then these tools with the ball and chain, especially the red and the blue, those are called jet sticks. So the first 6 tools there are what we call a progression kit. Those are all swinging tools. They can be swung anywhere. This third jet stick is one that we've added into the collegiate kit. Now, if we take the red ball and the blue ball, the 2 jet sticks, and we add these 3 tools that have long ropes, that's called the essential kit. So basically, those are 2 separate kits that we sell, but we've combined them along with a couple of additions to make the collegiate kit. All right, so we're going to go through these one at a time. This is called a heavy speed bomber. Remember, these first 4 tools were variations of speed bombers. So this has a thick handle. Most golfers will actually hold this like a baseball bat. This part of the grip that you're holding is stiff, and it has a ridged grip to make it easier to hold. The entire tool is covered with a material that makes the tool very easy to wipe clean, and it makes it very durable. So again, you're holding a stiff part. This part is flexing here. Now, the heavy speed bomber is very heavy, it's very stiff. It's for stronger golfers. Remember, depending on the needs of your team, we can substitute if need be. Okay, so this is normally used at 33 to 50 to perhaps 75% of a golfer's full speed because it's heavy and it's very sturdy. All right, then we're gonna go to what we call a loop bomber. So you can see that this here is a loop. We still have a thick handle. This is stiff, this is flexing, but it's longer than the heavy speed bomber and it's a little bit lighter. So it has a smoother swinging action. So you'll normally swing this tool a little bit faster than you do the heavy speed bomber, but they can both be considered to be warm-up tools and strength training tools. And again, you see that ridged grip there, which makes it easier to hold. Now, this third tool is called a bomber whip. The handle is thinner now, so you can still hold it like a baseball bat, but a lot of golfers would go with their golfer's grip. This is stiff, this is flexing, it's longer, it's thinner, it's a little bit lighter, it's more like a whip. So this is normally swung at 60 to 95% of full speed. Now you're really speeding up with this one. And then this is a regular speed bomber. So it's a little shorter now. Basically, this feels the most like a real golf club. So we all have these in our bags to use as warm-up tools. You can swing this normally at 70, 80, 90, even 100% of full speed. And again, it's a perfect warm-up tool. Now, this is called a jet stick, and it is a pure speed training tool. This is the only tool that we swing as fast as we can. So you can see here, there's a ball and chain that does 2 things. It gives a lot of proprioceptive feedback in the way it feels, but it also makes a swishing sound. And so this is where we really get into the overriding principle of Mach 3, which is called speed out in front. Meaning when you swing this, the sound that it makes, we want it as far out in front toward the target as we can get it. In Mach 3, there's no down, there's no focus on the ball, there's no focus on impact. Everything, all your strength, speed, focus, and energy is way out in front, and this tool really helps sense that both by how it feels and what it sounds like. This is what we call a strong model of the jet stick. It's just a little bit heavier because it has more chain. So it's just heavy enough that you can actually feel the difference between this one and the regular. Now again, you're usually going to be swinging this as fast as you can, but it's just a little bit heavier sensation. Therefore, for stronger golfers or to build strength in golfers who are not quite as strong yet. And this is what we call the long drive model of the jet stick. So it's longer, it has a stiffer shaft, it's heavier, has more chain. Same tool, but it's going to be for your strongest golfers. Now, we can take this tool out of the kit and put another tool in if that's what your team needs. Now, here we have 3 tools that have long ropes. So this one here is called a Velociraptor. It has a short, flexible handle, so you can see this entire handle flexes. The rope is pretty stout, pretty heavy, and it's 50 feet long. So this tool basically is for sequencing and for strength and for creating better extension with the arms and with the body through the ball. This is our most versatile tool. We use it to train the trail side individually, the lead side, both hands together, and there are some conditioning drills that we do with it. So this is a very, very versatile tool. Now we come to a tool that we call a Mamba. Now, it also has a 50-foot rope. The rope is generally a little bit lighter than the Velociraptor rope. Here's the stiff part of the handle. We're going with the thick handle again, so golfer's grip or baseball grip. Here's the part that flexes. Now, this is a strength training tool, and it's a tool that will help your golfers understand what it feels like to load the body very athletically. If they're weak and flimsy and narrow in their backswing, this tool will teach them right away that that's not going to work. And they're going to learn how to use the body, and we call it the ribs, to create width and strength and stability. So a lot of feedback from this tool from the rope, but also it's a great strength builder. And then we have what we call a shallow stick. So named because it can only be used, it only operates on a shallow inside path. It has a 75-foot long rope, but it's a very light rope. So you can really use this to project your strength and your energy and your speed well out in front. What it feels like when you use it is like you're throwing your driver down the fairway, except that you don't have to chase anything. So that again is called a shallow stick. The entire stick is stiff. It still has the ridged grip. So those 3 tools right there are what we refer to sometimes as the rope rodeo. And if you're training a team all at once in a group setting, it's great to set all these up in a circuit so that the golfers are progressing around the circuit. The one rule of thumb that we normally use is that there's always a tool or 2 tools in between each of the long rope stations. So all of these can be arranged in a circuit, and you can even add in other conditioning elements like medicine balls, slam balls, push-ups, vertical jumps, things like that to make a really good conditioning circuit combined with the nature of how the tools help the swing. All right. Now this last implement, we call it a stagecoach. This is the one that we actually use in our gym. We've actually had this exact rope here for 3 years. So these handles flex and they're thin. If you've ever used a battle rope, this functions exactly like a battle rope, except it's faster because the handles are flexing and the rope is lighter. So you would call this like a super speed battle rope. And you can do it with a handle in each hand, using both at the same time, or we have drills for single arm where we're really working wrist, hand, and forearm. So that is your basic collegiate kit, those 11 tools. And again, they can be customized. So let me just give you an example. Let's say you're the coach of the girls' high school team. You would probably maybe take the heaviest speed bomber out and maybe put another extra lighter speed bomber in. And quite likely you would take the long drive model of the jet stick out and put an extra lighter one in. Now, you could keep those tools in because they're good for building strength. So it's just important to talk to us as you're ordering your kit, and we'll make sure we're customizing it exactly to what you want. Now, we do also have a deluxe collegiate kit, and that will include a sim stick, and actually it will include 6 of these, because the deluxe kit is made so that pretty much each player on your team could have their own tool in a workout, or there would be enough, even if you were training, say, 12 kids at once. If you had 6 sim sticks, they would be partnered up and they would be alternating doing the sets. A sim stick bends, so it provides a resistance, and we have an entire virtual course called Mach 3 Sim. That stands for Strength in Motion. And so in that course, golfers learn to build strength throughout the entire range that they can swing the club. So again, in the deluxe collegiate kit, there would actually be 6 sim sticks. It's not part of the regular collegiate kit, but if you go to deluxe, you're gonna have 6 of these. In a deluxe collegiate kit, you'll also have 6 of these and 6 of these. The regular jet stick and the regular speed bomber. Now finally, in the deluxe kit, you will have what's called Rotex Motion, 2 floor units and 1 handheld unit. We have an entire virtual program for that also called Rotex for Golfers. Basically, that's what we use to balance the body and to stay injury-free. So when you move up to a deluxe kit, you're getting the entire regular collegiate kit, plus 6 sim sticks, 6 jet sticks, 6 regular speed bombers, and you can go with either 1 or 2 sets of Rotex Motion, all right? So you've got some options there, and you can also bring us to your college, to your university, to your high school, and we'll train you and your staff how to use all of this stuff. That's another option for you. We've done that with many colleges. Or you could come here to San Antonio. We have a workshop here every month. So we've got great tools, we've got great training. If you want the best possible way to train your team, whether it's college or high school, you want to go with either the basic collegiate kit or the deluxe collegiate kit.
Now that you know more about the kit, here's some typical drills you can do with each tool.
This is an example of a typical speed bomber drill. It's called backswing throw. They're going to start out by pointing at the target. They're going to throw a lot of energy into the backswing, 6 reps. So you can see they're going to pause in the backswing. Good. And that's teaching them how to load the body very athletically. So again, they start off by pointing at the target, and then they throw energy into the backswing and hold. All right, we're going to do another set of 6 there. So point at the target, a lot of energy into the backswing, and pause. Good. It's going to be 6 reps. One more. Good. Now the follow-up exercise to that is going to be backswing throw and go. So what you're gonna do is the backswing throw, only a 1 second pause, and then you're gonna swing through. 6 reps, point at the target, backswing throw, and then go. Good. Excellent. It's gonna be 3 more, point at the target. So you always start by pointing at the target, throw a lot of energy into the backswing, very brief pause, and then fire it through. So that was backswing throw, and then backswing throw and go. This is a standard jet stick drill. It's called front end speed. They're gonna train exclusively by the sound that the implement makes and keep that sound way out in front. So it's a half backswing, then all the way through. Let's do 8. Go. Good. So that's called front end speed. All right, these are typical Velociraptor drills. She's gonna start with a lead arm throw. So you can see the trail arm kind of resting on the lead arm to keep everything in tight. So it's a very tight move. It's very efficient. It's very much driven by the body and the ribs. And now she's gonna transition into a 2-arm throw. And that is really gonna get her arms extending very powerfully toward the target. So that was lead arm throw transitioning to 2-arm throw. Here's a typical sequence with the Mamba training tool. So this is called rib rotations with the butt end of the handle in the sternum. So she's gonna do 10. So it's a very quiet move, devoid of any real wrist action, driven by the body. Now she's gonna keep making that same move, but she's gonna now hold it on the handle in normal fashion. So you can see it's very small. It's very clean, it's very efficient, it's very quiet at this point. All right, now we are gonna expand this, Sarah, to 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So now you're gonna see a lot more energy traveling out in front. Watch how far the rope is flying. But the point being, it flies that far not because she's trying really hard, but because she's being very efficient with her movement. So that went from rib rotations, handle in the sternum, to rib rotations holding the handle, to 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, which is a drill that we emphasize a great deal. Here is a typical drill with the shallow stick. It starts with an exercise called trail arm path. She's holding her left hand and arm out in front to kind of establish a target and coming in from a nice shallow attack angle with the trail arm. So she's just establishing the path right there, and that in and of itself is a very valuable drill. Now she's gonna transition to a 2-arm fling. The rope is gonna fly up much further. A lot of times we do this drill outside on the driving range or any shorter cut of grass. So there is the fling, and you can see she gives the rope some time to get out there and spread out and settle before she pulls it back. So that's trail arm path to a 2-arm fling. This tool is called a stagecoach. It functions exactly like a super fast battle rope. So you can see where it's anchored. The rope is actually 100 feet long. So that anchor point is approximately just short of 50 feet from her. Probably 40 feet. Okay, so she's gonna go 8 seconds on, go. So you can see she's trying to get the whole rope moving. 6, 7, 8. All right, now we give her 8 seconds to rest. These sets have to be really short. They have to be over with before she gets tired. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 8-second rest. Now on this last one, once she gets it going, she's gonna try to walk it in and keep it going. All right, ready, go. Get it going and walk it in. So we're gonna see how far in she can come before the ropes finally collapse. All right, so that is called a stagecoach. It functions like a super fast battle rope.
So here is an example of a circuit. So we have the 3 long rope tools separated by different exercises. So if you had 16 golfers, you could pair them up at each station and have them rotate through. So we have 15 universities that train exclusively with Mach 3 tools. So we would be more than happy to come to your university and train you and your coaching staff.